Hello YouTube, what am I doing in the shop today? It is actually going to be about 31 degrees is what they said. I still say we're going to get over 32. We've had fog and frost like the past 3 mornings, so the trees have got like a ½ inch of frost on them. And the branches do start sagging, but then it starts falling off this morning. It's like snow. Can you see the light coming in the window over there? Yes, there's no clouds today. Okay, we've been organizing our bumping stuff, okay? We'll start off with, we bought a new box. We hardly ever use these. Well, we found an arbor. We get it out of the drill here. We're not even prepared. We had to put a longer bolt in it and found some washers. Don't use these without washers. Had to throw one of these away. The hole was crooked. Had to put another bolt in that was longer. These are off something old. It's kind of crooked when it went on there. It doesn't matter, it'll work. So, what we started doing was, to get my glasses off, I can see through the viewfinder better. That's with that coarse brush, okay? Now, this way we went up to the wheel like this. Make a different pattern. This was pretty sharp till I took it to the wheel. I mean, that'll dull stuff. And then we were playing around on this. Then next we'll show you. We found this. This had one of these big wheels on it with washers, and it was pretty wide. So it had a lot of extra thread for some reason. Well, these are 3 of these red ones worn down. Well, this is just what we need because we are ruining too many of these too fast when we want them for fine work. That's just like this. This isn't very old like one project. So we want to use this for something really nice. You know, we really want to make something look good. So the more kits you buy, the more arbors you get. So we're on our 3rd kit. So these all come with a kit with a nice washer, the nut. You don't really have to hold this with a pliers to tighten them. Once it's snug in there, get your nut, these tighten the opposite, tighten the left, get your wrench on there. You really don't have to grab this with anything. So don't chew that up, you don't have to. We got a new thing of this polish because that's the one we use the most, because this is our first step in polishing. So we've got a new one. We still got some blue left. Blue seems to go quite a ways. I've done a lot of tools with it. I'll get one next time. I should have grabbed it while I was there. I think I mentioned before there's no gloves left there. So, we'll buff this up. I think I ground this off because, you know, people put a vice grips on there. I've done it. And then it just chews it all up because it slides in the vice grips. I could have done that once. Is why the knurling's gone. And then I sprayed paint to try to make it look better. I thought maybe that was grease, but it's just paint sprayed. We're going to clean it off. I am thinking this is one of the real old antique ratchets. It's almost shaped kind of oval, kind of like a snap-on. I do not think it's off a breaker bar, because look how it's made. See how it gets bigger right here? I think this is off some real old ratchet I found. So, we're talking too long, even though it's a scoop-off video. Let's take this only to this. Of course, we'll do this first, and then we'll see what it looks like. Give one last look. That way we don't have to take no pictures. Okay, let's do that. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, I always say fan alert, hope the fan ain't too noisy. It's on medium, on low it clunks a lot. Well, we took this one. I like that it's wide. I was able to go, like, get up in here, and you can go at an angle. You don't have to go exactly like that. I mean, you can, this is turning this way. You can turn this in like this, or you go the opposite. You can do whatever you want. You can go at an angle. You can do whatever you want, whatever looks better. I took it to this a little bit. I figured, why wear it down? But we did it on the knurling a little bit. We still left that the other angle with the other one. So it's not as shiny, but it's not bad for an old tool. Oh, we need to give a shout out. We feel bad. It's past Christmas already. We have a Christmas card we got from If you're not subbed to him, well, you'll know what his channel is. 357 Magdad. We got it right around Christmas time. What's the postmark? We never show anybody's address. We got it like the middle of December. We just never fit it in a video. We kept forgetting about it. We've had it right on the shop shelf up here. So there you go. I was looking through all my shell casings that I used to punch out paper with. And I did find me a 357 shell casing. There you go. Another shameless plug for somebody. Oh, we did a video, kind of messed up, so the heck with it. You've all seen me work on rusty stuff. This is an old railroad padlock. Now, I looked this up and I was wrong. This is the one from the song, the Wabash Cannonball. I thought it had an Elner like wall. No, this is it. And they had a line that run through part like Ohio, maybe southern Illinois border. I looked up Wikipedia. Off through Missouri and near Councilville, Iowa. So this came with a whole box of keys that a neighbor bought on an estate sale years ago. But I got a couple of pictures already in the computer, so we'll put them in there. It works okay, it's just that it won't pop up when you do the key. And I'd ground that thing off there, you know, to hold your key because it was broke. You got a little thing there with your chain on it. But if you go like this with it and pull on it, it'll pop open. And we put plenty of oil in it. We took half a can of carburetor cleaner to clean it out, and there was still some dirt down in it. So, it seems a lot better when the key is out. Some for the railroad buffs. I don't know if it's got a big collector value. It's not an antique looking padlock. You know, who knows when it was used and when it was made. But if anybody knows anything about the manufacturer, let me know. I haven't researched that. F-R-A-I-M. Patent applied for, made in USA. Solid steel forging. Now, let me show you. There is a pin back here where they drove a pin. Can you see it? About the A? So if this was milled out of there is a line here, but I think that's a forging line. I'm positive. This is a solid hunk of steel. So whatever they did to drill this, I'm assuming that's the drain hole. Scout Crafter knows. That's what inspired me to do it. He's got old padlocks. I just had to find it in the drawer the other day. This had like a gray paint on it. Nasty looking old gray paint. I mean, it was worse than gray primer. It was so scringy and old. Okay, enough of that. We'll pause. We'll see if we can find something else. Okay, another thing I should have made a video on. My Grizzly calipers took a ride off the table, the desk, and it just shattered the gears inside. So I got mad and chopped it up. This is only like 3.5 inches now. It's like a 6 or 8 inch caliper. 6 or I don't know. I just chopped it up. Now I can read up to 1.5 inches. We'll get it here to the line. And I know some of these measurements, like when you go in the middle of the number, it's a half. You got to go right in the middle of it. If you're used to using these, because this is intense. This scale is intense of 1 inch right here. But I use them for scribing stuff so much. See how nice they are now? I go to my ruler to set where I want them, and then scribe. I use them for scribing all the time because the dial part never was that accurate after I worked on it. So I gutted that all off. 3 of the screws went to the big aluminum part where everything was. I had to chop off my little mini bolt cutter. You could maybe use the side cutter. And it left this hole in here. I put some heavy duty duct tape, but that kind of helps you grab it. I could put a nice piece of wood over there. I put Sharpie marker here and Sharpie marker down in here. Because if you see when you come up to the number, it's a bit like coming up there. It kind of makes it a little bit easier to see that. That's what's shining in your face, because that's darkened now. There you go. There's a shim in these. If you take one apart, do it carefully. I don't know if I'll ever buy another set this big. I have a 4-inch set made by Shars. That's a very nice little baby small dial indicator. And it's not much bigger and longer than this, but it's a lot smaller made. So I have one if I want to really use it besides my micrometer. So, finally, no more of the dial. The gears kept jamming, and I kept using it for a scratch all and put it in. It fell, it just shattered the gears inside. So, that's it. That was the end of that thing, and I probably had 3 or 4 years. Okay, we'll pause and think of maybe one more thing before we go today. Okay, one more thing before we go today. Can anybody guess us what this is? I've showed it once before. I'm going to make something nice out of the handle. In fact, I have that piece of 3/8 screwdriver left, 3/8 steel shank, when I made that nut driver. So I think I'm going to make another pry bar that's a little bit shorter. So I'm going to take it out and drill this out carefully. Can anybody tell me what this is? Because I think I know what it is. Think what it's shaped like. I watched some gold prospector guys take stainless steel tubing and do this to get gold out of the cracks of boulders in them creeks. I watched them, he actually found gold that way. So, what is this tool used for? There. Give you something to think about. The future project handle. Ain't that nice? Probably give a buck for that at a flea market or secondhand store. We're out of here. We're gone. Thanks for watching.